Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. 65 Mustang Fastback. Yes, great looking car. Great looking car stock, great looking car in general. This one here takes looking stock and then makes it drivable even more so, adding some of today's modern conveniences that we forget to ask about. We're gonna walk around this car, we'll spend a few minutes looking at some of the detail, trying to find a way to get this car in your life, and that's what we're going to start with right now, and we'll talk about the paint so that you can take it to a show. And if you don't want to take it to a show, no big deal, but if you take it out for dinner, guaranteed they're going to park that thing out front and push those other cars around back, and everybody who comes out of that restaurant is going to come up to that car and go, wow man, that is great looking, or wow, I had one of those back in the day, but it didn't look like that. Anyway, come on up here, let's check this out. Raven black paint. Okay, this is important. Justin, please make sure we get all that detail in there, because I'd like you to be able to see what time it is, the letter, the clarity of the letter. This has been clear coated over so you can't even feel the stripes. And the reason that's important is you want to paint the car, okay? Wet sand to get it smooth so that you can see the letters. That's how you get that great looking shiny paint. Then you're going to lay down the white paint. Then you're going to clear coat the whole car so that this right here lasts as long as the rest of the car. Otherwise these will tear and they'll start to wear out before the rest of the car, and then you find yourself restriping it again. The one great thing about Mustangs is I love cars with stripes. Maybe it makes me necky, that's fine, I'm good with all that. But the cool thing about Mustangs is the stripes start all the way down by like the oil pan. I think they maybe start in the middle of the car underneath, whatever. But they start all the way down there and they come all the way up, across the roof, down the trunk, and they just look great, which is really strange because when you think about like an Olds 442, they just have a couple stripes on the hood, nothing on the deck, nothing on the roof, and things like that. So this is their signature. You got the GT fog light set up right here, all right? These right here, upgraded LED flamethrower headlights. They're really cool. So we got a couple small, great looking chin spoiler, all right? And as we walk around, now we're gonna see some details. So come around here and I'm gonna show you some of this stuff that we got. So we got a set of high-speed radials on here, 17-inch alloys. Inside here, nice big disc brakes. You say, well, that's great, disc brakes. Well, you know what? You didn't ask if it had disc brakes, because you know what? We forget sometimes to ask if it has disc brakes, and every car today has that. These old cars didn't come with them, and you had to order them special, or they had to get a package or something like that. And not only are they stuffed inside here, come on with me for a second, they're stuffed inside here as well. So now we got four-wheel disc brakes, right? We got nice big wheels and tires, so now the car handles great, and it's pretty fast because we're gonna look under the hood in just a second, but we wanna be able to stop it, all right? And we want the family to be able to go for a ride with us, or another couple or something like that, and everybody be really comfortable and safe and what have you. And this is exactly how you're gonna get even extraordinary safety as opposed to maybe what you got in the early 60s with just plain old drum brakes, all right? Okay, so let's take a peek under the hood for a second, because here is a surprise, all right? I'm sure you've already read a little bit about it, but seeing it and talking about it is gonna be a little different. I love hood pins. Hood pins just, they say muscle car, man. I don't know why. Every car in the world doesn't come with that today. It just looks great, okay? All right, so come on over here. So a couple small things that you forget to ask about, and I see in detail. So this is kind of the stuff that we do here. Like for instance, the springs that are on this hood. Most people leave the original springs on the hood for like a steel hooded flat car. The problem is because these right here, these hoods here, can be part steel, part fiberglass, is then they start to bow and they start to bend. You want to have light springs on there, which is the correct amount. But more importantly, whoa, what happened in here? Okay, great. Fuel injected, 5 liter, okay? So the 302 wasn't even out in 65 or 66, all right? And even not till a little bit later after that. So here you got 5 liters of fuel injected real power backed up with a 5-speed, man. The 5-speed is awesome because you can go for a long cruise, all right? A long cruise on the beltway or a highway or whatever it is, and just loaf along, which is really nice. Way more power than you would have got stock. Right here, air conditioning. Very nice to have, very nice to have. This right here, custom aluminum radiator, nice size, it's heavy duty. It's got inside here a giant electric fan buried inside there, okay? So keep the car cool so you can ride in the traffic. It's got a billet battery cover. This is a fuel injection system in here. It's dressed up really nicely with a lot of braided hoses and things like that. We change the oil on everything we get. I put a Motorcraft filter on it because I wanted it to be there instead of the standard filters that you might get. This is engine compartment dress-up trim around here, and the bars that are adjustable for the export brace, those kinds of things that are around. Looks really, really good. The fuel injection just adds a huge element to the drivability of the car. and it's very, very nice. And if you try to fuel inject, which we do all the time for some of the carbureted cars, it's pretty expensive to do. And this is a perfect balance of having the fuel injection with the 5 liters, the 302 cubic inches, and the 5-speed backing it up. It's also got a 9-inch in it, all right, with 4-wheel disc brakes. So a lot of money spent just in the drivetrain area. We looked at paint. Now let's go ahead and check out the inside. All right, so as we finish up things like the exhaust system coming out the valance panel like it's supposed to, the trunk spoiler molded in the back like the Shelby's had, okay? Those little touches there, all right? Now this is kind of cool. This trunk here is all done in white, all right? This is another weather stripping because it wasn't installed on here. It was installed, sorry, it was put on here, and they didn't finish it, so we ordered another piece to finish that up, and that'll be on there when you get the car. This right here, this is up to you whether you want this or not. Part of the amp is here, speaker enclosures here, back seat still folds down, okay? It's pretty nice inside here as well, and it makes it a lot of fun to drive this car because you're getting a lot of great stuff. So you're getting that classic looking body without the bare bones AM radio drum brake car that you might have expected from the 60s. Here we have some drivability built in, and then we're gonna go inside the car and it's even nicer, so let's go check that out. Okay, come on in here and check out this interior. It's fabulous, okay? All right, so custom covered seats, the back seats custom covered in white, all right? With this embroidered into here, the Shelby mats, all right? I do have for the car a nice white shifter ball, which I think will look really good. It just arrived, I didn't get a minute to put it on. It'll be on when you get it if you want it. If not, then we'll just give you that one as well. But I thought the white shifter ball would look really cool, kind of tying the whole interior in as the white emery. This has the white face gauges, so it has a full Sunpro dash of custom gauges in it, all right? And here's the air conditioning vents as well. Kenwood sound system that we talked about. So this has oil pressure, volts, it's got water temperature, and then of course if you wanted us to add back on the little pod there, we could do that as well, which had the tack and the clock in it, which looks pretty cool. Now a couple small things you may not have noticed, but for instance, like it has power windows, okay? And it has power locks. It has fuel injection, air conditioning, 4-wheel disc brakes, digital sound system. This has a custom billet steering column, okay? That works like, I forget how it works. Yeah, there we go, okay? So as we get a little older, sometimes it makes it easier for us to get in and out. That's a nice feature to have as well. And they did a nice job kind of putting this whole package together, making it kind of user-friendly. And you can actually take somebody out in the car with you. Console looks great, the shifter looks awesome.